Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your money and finance read for the month of June 2020. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. So glad you could make it. Now, Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at what's going on in June that you need to know concerning your money and finances. Let's get started. Your overall energy around your money and finances, Sagittarius, for the month of June 2020 is you do have this Eight of Pentacles and you do have the Two of Wands. So this is earth and fire energy. And so with earth energy, that's material, right? The physical. Definitely a focus on your money and finances here, being concerned perhaps, focusing on security or seeking security. And with the Wands energy here, that's about your spirit and inspiration and action, right? And so this is about you paying attention to your impulses that you can trust, yearning for impact, looking to make an impact, looking to dominate, seeking to stimulate your money situation, making decisions. With the twos, this is also talking about duality. So with the Eight of Pentacles here and the Two of Wands representing your overall energy for the month, if you take a look, this person is kind of sitting and not doing anything. So Sagittarius, many of you may be out of work. And so with the Two of Wands, you may be waiting for some sort of sign or trying to make a decision about work. You may be at a crossroads with the Two of Wands here. But what I'm also seeing here for the Eight of Pentacles is you may be learning and planning, or you are trying to be prudent, or there may be a need to be prudent around your money situation. This is you needing to pay very close attention to the details around your money. Now, there may also be a need for you to be mindful of your activity with your money since you do have the Two of Wands. And so I'm going to be looking at your reading from a duality perspective, two ways, if you will, because with duality, that means that you are in a position of debating, and depending on how you deal with what you're debating will chart the course of the direction that your money and situation plays out for you in the month of June. And now also with the Eight of Pentacles, this is also talking about you needing to be mindful and stay aware and learn as much as you can to really stay on top of your money and pay attention to the details and have a clear focus about what it is you want to achieve, and that you do have clarity around your money situation. Because that's an eight energy on your Eight of Pentacles, you could be dealing with where there's a need to modify your money situation, or there's a modification that is happening with your money situation. You could be dealing with denial concerning money, some sort of denial that where you could be in denial, or you could be dealing with someone or establishment or institution where you are faced with some sort of denial. But you could also be dealing with getting some achievement, either on your end about how you work on your money, how you pay close attention to it, how you work very hard to be focused and mindful and be practical and prudent. The Eight of Pentacles is asking you to also be very prudent around your money situation in June, but then also it may require you to work really hard, or start to work on it, or at a time that you may not be at work, to be even more careful about how you handle your money, or even more prudent about how you handle your money, because it affects your plans and it can take you down one route or another depending on how you handle or do things. Now, I also want to point out that the Eight of Pentacles can also talk about you could be, with the eight energy there, dealing with some sort of dissatisfaction, or whether or not you have enough, or seeing how you can be released around some obligations or contracts that may be in place. with your money or your obligations. This is also you focusing on how to work on conclusions or having difficulties with finding conclusions around your money. This is also a time that the Eight of Pentacles is where, with that eight energy, there's a need for you to really be strong and have a strong sense of self direction and control, self control, if you will, discipline, resilience regarding your money and finances situation. This is also asking with that eight energy that there is a need for you to make some changes, but also to reevaluate and continue to reevaluate your money situation and focus on problem solving, dissolving any issues that could come up or happen around your money that you may need to work out. So be mindful to stay prudent and to stay focused and to be aware about your money and what's going on with it and what needs to happen. Now, also, as it has to do with this Two of Wands energy that's here and present, this is that duality. So things can go one way or another depending upon how you work or don't work, or pay attention or don't pay attention, or look at the fine details, or stay focused or prudent or not, how things work out with your money. So with that two energy here, this is about you making choices and being mindful about any indecision or that you are dealing with waiting on decisions. This is also focusing on what is being offered to you or what you can look into to have offered to you, or what it is that you are offering for yourself about your money situation, to make sure that you're being prudent and practical and being mindful and grounded and problem solving. But the two energy is also asking for you to also be aware of the scope of things, being realistic and having a healthy balance and staying committed to that regard. The two energy is also talking about there is perhaps a focus on relationships, partnerships, where your money is attached to, or where your money is influenced or affected as a result of relationships or partnerships here. This is also talking about you perhaps having two options, or you are weighing things up about what path to take. This is also asking with that two energy that you may discover things, or there may be a need to be aware where, if there's a need to reorientate yourself or have some sort of sense of finding out what you need to know, or um, have as much knowledge or information as possible that you can obtain to do that. This is also with that two energy talking about a focus on your union, on how you debate, and focusing on any conflicts where the action you take will have a huge impact on your ability to dominate or not with this energy. So now remember, this Eight of Pentacles is talking about being prudent and plan, is talking about being mindful, making sure that you're paying attention to the details and staying focused. But it also may require for you to work hard on something. And for certain matters around your money and your plans, you may find that you are not able to work on something, or something you couldn't work on before, you are able to work on it now, or something may need to be where you have to wait because you have to see the process, or you're dealing with a process, or you're going through a process with this Eight of Pentacles, with the goal of being able to dominate or take your money situation in a particular direction, or move it away from where or what's going on around it in June. Now, your energy and attitude, Sagittarius, regarding your money, how you see your money in June, is you do have the Lovers, the Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Now, the Lovers is a major arcana, is air energy. So there can be a Gemini that is the focus, but the Lovers, as your focus here, I mean, your attitude towards your money and finances as part of it, is this is focusing on contracts, making head over heart decisions. But with that Nine of Swords, you are very worried about your money and finances. I also feel like, Sagittarius, for many of you, your relationship is very much prominent as a focus for you and as it relates to money, but is just as significant for you at this time, where there may be issues in your connection, in your relationship, in your commitment, because of the money issues or needs or what's happening around your money in June. But I want you to know also that the Nine of Swords is also saying that while you have a lot of worries, this is mental energy. And so there's a need for you to be mindful, to stay calm, to try to reason things out, to try to see what you can achieve, to have as much understanding and knowledge as possible, and to relieve yourself of any anxieties or worries that you are thinking about, because this is your thoughts. So that means with the Nine of Swords that whatever your worries are, they may not necessarily be happening, but because you're thinking on it so much and worrying about it and fearing and doubting and having so much anxiety, you may perpetuate a situation and bring it into form that actually makes your worry valid. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't concerns, things to worry about, but you need to focus on doing what you can to get out of your head as much as possible. And so, with the lovers here, there may be a significant relationship that you are involved in that is adding to your worry on top of money, or as it relates to money. But the lovers here is also saying you could be dealing with the Gemini. The lovers is also saying there's a need to make head over heart decisions. There's a need to be logical. Now, it is possible with the lovers here that you are looking to have compassion and empathy have a play in your situation. And with it being a six, that would be saying that you could be looking for flexibility in um, your resources, or with whom you are collaborating with or needing to collaborate with, where you want to get some sort of compromise where what you can establish is something that is balanced for you, not only mentally but emotionally. But this is focusing also on contracts. You may be thinking of how to work on and plan around and modify them or meet them in the best way that you can. And those are concerns for you. And with the Ten of Cups, if you take a look at this particular Ten of Cups, it's all patched up. So you may be worried about how well you can keep things patched up at this time, as it has to do with your money if you're out of work, or where you needing to be prudent or pay more close attention to what's happening around your money and finances, with whatever changes that are occurring, or how you may need to change things or evaluate and reevaluate your situation. But the Ten of Cups is also saying that you're very much focused on your family and your own emotional fulfillment and keeping that patch up, or is trying to stay as emotionally satisfied or fulfilled as much as possible, where you are experiencing some dissatisfaction and unfulfillment at times with the band-aids here. That's indicating that, whether that is happening through a significant relationship or family, or with your money, or both. So get out of your head and not entertain stinking thinking, okay? Let go of concerns. Now, right now in June, where you are with your money and finances, is you do have the World, you do have the Ace of Cups, and you do have this King of Pentacles. Now, I do want you to take a look at this particular King of Pentacles here. This King of Pentacles is wearing all black, and it's kind of got a shadowy essence to it. Now, the King of Pentacles talks about you basically being able to um, practically and masterfully create what you need to be stable and secure and be very effective in that regard. And you're able to manage your money situation. And with this Ace of Cups, you are very creative, where you have been able to creatively create an opportunity for yourself, or you are able to creatively seize an opportunity, or some opportunity or gift may have been extended to you, either through your creativity or through the offer of a loved one or a family member, or as a part of a partnership connection that you're in, or through what contracts you're in that you may have been able to make some changes and modify and manage it to suit you better around your finances at this time. But with the World here, you have been able to successfully complete and attain some source of money right now, or something that you were working on trying to complete may have had to go through a process and has come full circle, and now you're seeing what it is that you are striving for coming to you. With this King of Pentacles, you've had to be able to manage it. And I want to also point out that with this King of Pentacles, you may have had to go along some perhaps somewhat unsavory means. But the King of Pentacles is also saying that to be careful about um, the calculated risk that you're taking about your money, to not get carried away about your money. Um, you may be consulting with someone that can help you with managing your money or guide you in some way. But this is also you managing your money to see signs of it being on the rise and being effective to that regard. But be careful, because this King of Pentacles appears shadowy to me. You want to be careful that whatever that you have completed or you have attained presently, you doesn't come to a close through your mismanagement of your money or the opportunity you were able to get your hands on here at present. Now, for some of you, you were able at present to bring a matter to a close around money, and have whatever needed to happen around this money be an opportunity for you that you were able to seize and get, and have security and stability in that regard. Now, from beginning to mid-June 2020, you do have the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. I want to point out that you do have the King of Pentacles twice, so that is double confirmation that the King of Pentacles energy is very significant for you in the month of June, especially in the beginning to mid-June 2020, where this is you needing to be a good steward of what you have in terms of your money situation, and manage it well and not mismanage it here. And for you to make sure you stay grounded and practical and mindful about what your money plans are, or they need to look like, that allow you to remain centered and allow for any problems to be brought to a minimum or be completely removed. And so this is you needing to be able to take the necessary steps that are practical, because the king energy is the master. Okay, the king energy is someone who knows how to have control, or exert control, knows how to bring about intervention, knows how to deliberate, knows what direction things need to go towards, or how to get it going in the direction that needs to happen. The King of Pentacles has a lot of knowledge and influence and wisdom and power and tact. And so this King of Pentacles is in the material form, which is about being able to make use of all the elements to bring about what you need successfully and masterfully and securely and completely here. And so I see from the beginning to the mid-June that this is you managing your money towards that. Now, with this King of Cups, there could be someone else that you're dealing with. But what I like about the King of Cups is the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, that's water and earth. And so that's a good vibe, a good blend, because that's something that the water and earth works together. And so with this King of Cups energy, this could be you or someone that you're dealing with. And in the King of Pentacles energy, it could be you or someone that you're dealing with. But there is a cohesiveness, a partnership that is existing here, or some form of support or assistance or guidance that's coming in, where you're getting emotional satisfaction here. This is you operating from a place of emotional maturity or needing to. This is also with this King of Cups. This is at a time where there may be a lot of emotions around your money situation and trying to maintain and sustain and stay stable and secure. And with this King of Cups, this is also saying that your ability to manage your money is going to require you to keep your emotions in check and under control and grounded so that you can make practical decisions and remain accountable and responsible. So be mindful with the King of Cups, you are taking on a lot of responsibility and a lot of accountability that needs to happen here for everything to be okay, and so that you want to do that. Now you do have the Seven of Swords. So with the Seven of Swords, this is energy of you strategizing a way to escape. For some of you, the Seven of Swords energy is talking about you managing your money in terms of making sure you're not being taken advantage of, or you may be looking at where you can take advantage around your money situation. The Seven of Swords is also talking about you want to be careful about any stinking thinking that is happening on your part, but also the Seven of Swords is asking you to be careful that when you're managing your money to not mismanage where in the Seven of Swords energy, you are causing your own self sabotage. But also, if you are in some partnership or arrangement where someone's being of support, or whoever is taking more responsibility, or where this um, connection exists where you're working together as far as your money is concerned, that person isn't sabotaging or taking advantage of you or taking your money either. This Seven of Swords is also saying be careful of money being taken from you. This Seven of Swords is also saying be careful about where you take money from, as it has to do with yourself and by what means you go about doing that, because the Seven of Swords indicates some lying, some cheating, some sneaky behavior that could be happening here, some deception here. Um, so you want to be careful here with how you manage your money, that you're not experiencing any loss, or to be prepared, to be aware where the potential for something to be taken or you be taken advantage of, you can head it off or have some way to take responsibility or accountability to dealing with it. But with this King of Cups energy here, there is definitely a lot of emotion around the ability to manage money and to see how to move money around as well if need be. So be careful here. Don't mismanage your money and finances. You want to be a good steward over your money and make sure who you're dealing with is doing the same. Now, from mid June to the end of June 2020, you do have the Two of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Now, because I'm seeing the two here showing up again, which is air energy, mental energy, communication, thoughts, again, there's a need to remain calm and make sure that you have rational reasoning here with what it is that you want to achieve, or what is a blockage, or where there may be a stalemate, or there may be two options, or needing to discover what those options are. And you making sure you have as much knowledge to make the best possible decision that you can. Because the Two of Swords is talking about there's a need to make very balanced decisions, but this person has their eyes covered. So, in the future, it's possible you may be dealing with some stagnation, or you may be in a stalemate where something isn't moving, or you're looking for what the options can be, or you're stuck between two options, and your ability to make the clear choice may be difficult. And but this is also saying make sure that you protect yourself. But I also feel that some of you will also find some peace around money as well with this Two of Swords energy. So with this Ace of Pentacles, if you take a look on this Ace of Pentacles, she doesn't she's having this little basket of fruit, which could represent a form of cornucopia, but also she doesn't exactly look all that pleased. So I do feel that some of you will gain a money opportunity through some news that comes in with this Page of Cups, or you will be very creative in coming up with new ways or decisions or choices or plans with how to come out of a stalemate or a stagnant or stuck situation, or with your ability to create options with the potential to gain what you want here or have something given to you. And it's possible that you may feel blocked from a source of money. For some of you, that block is going to be removed. For some of you, that block will still remain, and this is going to be an issue for you. But with this Ace of Pentacles and this Two of Swords here, some of you are getting good news about money. Some of you are creative about your ability to make balanced choices or come up with the options that you can discover to gain, or the potential to gain money and do so. And the others of you, not so much, where you experience blockages or issues, or some news comes in that you don't like, or you lack the creativity to figure out how to come up with new potential sources of money. Keep in mind too that the Ace of Pentacles is also talking about bringing something new into form. It's also talking about the potential to create. This is also talking about a new source of money, the potential for a new source of money. This is also talking about your ability to come up with a new practical approach for the potential of something to be of value, or towards an investment, or with the situation that allows for you to gain in the situation. um, Now, the Ace of Pentacles is also talking about, for some of you, there is a substantial amount of money that is coming in that could be tied to a form of inheritance, um, or a windfall, if you will, but it has some tie to decisions, or it has some tie to um, coming out of a stalemate or avoiding blockages here. Now, your concern about your money situation, Sagittarius, is you do have the Four of Wands twice. The Four of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Now, let me just step back here a little bit and point out that you do have two fours so far. And so fours speak about stability. So you may need to be mindful about whether or not an approach you may be sticking with needs to change, or if the approach you're sticking with is working. The fours are also talking about leadership and how you're building. Okay. The fours are also talking about your creativity with having stability, or being, whether you have stability, or how you can have containment around your situation or uplift your situation, or what you may need to um, step outside of the box and maybe have an unorthodox or unusual approach perhaps may be needed. Well, but also how you may need to restructure. This is also talking about laying firm foundations, and perhaps being mindful that there may be a need to have more work and less play around with your money, so that you can have that firm foundation laid that you are needing or wanting to maintain here. Now, the fours can also talk about you having some sort of restlessness around your self-preservation, or you are contemplating, as it has to do with how you teamwork with others, or who you may find you need to teamwork with. But the fours talk about stability. You also have, being the Four of Wands, there could be a focus on a long-term commitment that you are in, or focus on marriage, or a focus on significant connection where the stability of it for you is a concern. But with the Four of Wands, you may be also concerned about your home and your ability to keep it stable, or make it stable, or to still hold on to your home and not lose it. You may be concerned about whether or not you're going to have success and completion with your aims and have everything line up as far as your money is concerned in relation to stability. You also may be concerned with this Four of Wands, the ability to have harmony, or harmonize your money, or have harmony with who you could be dealing with, where your money is a focus, or who you could be dealing with where your ability to focus on your money is causing you to be distracted because you're focusing on a connection that you're involved in, and there's issues with this stability, and you are looking in your money direction, and you're looking in your relationship connection direction or connection. And so there's a need to be mindful of that, because you want to have a um stable actions, or be stable within yourself as your money is concerned, and of course with your relationship. But don't let your relationships affect you so much that there's instability, or you lack the ability to keep stability, or if someone's causing some sort of instability, to be careful of that. And so, with the Seven of Wands, there's a concern with your ability to protect your money, um, or your assets. The Seven of Wands is talking about you also having challenges around money, concerned about having challenges with money in your ability to protect your money. And because you have the Seven of Wands here, and you also have the Seven of Swords here, the sevens talk about there's a need to be mindful of your confidence in your ability to do, or what needs to be done or needs to be addressed. There is perhaps issues around encouragement. There may be issues around your ability to sustain. There may be issues about you having discretion with your money. There may be issues about you having progress around your money. And so you want to be mindful, once again, as you deal with your money and how it influences you and the way you think. What is it that you need to do to have stability and keep stability, and stay disciplined or in control, or be a good leader, or take the lead if need be? Now, the sevens also talk about there may be a need for you to have a little more faith in what's going on with your money situation at a time that's a struggle to do. But also, this is saying with the sevens that there's a need to be mindful, to always be concern with how to redeem yourself, or there's a concern with being able to redeem yourself around your money, or with a particular connection or relationship that is impacting you while you are focusing on your money and finances here. And so you want to be mindful of what your progress is. With the sevens, you want to focus on how you are advancing, and your ability to advance with confidence, by you making sure you maintain your will and determination towards that regard, and have emotional self control, where you have a clear focus, and you're having clear budgets about how you're going to charge forward and manage your money. And this is also with the seven energy. Be careful of any upheaval or conflict, especially as spiritual connections are influencing you, where there may be a need for you to be aware and mindful, to make sure that you don't do anything that's high risk concerning your money, but that you don't take chances with your money, and be careful that you're not letting others push you around, or influence you in some way, where your ability to be firm about, or work hard on, or have success with your money goals is impeded in some way. Now, your challenge with your money and finances, Sagittarius, is you do have the devil, the king of swords, and you have the wheel of fortune, which is saying karma here. I want you to take a look at karma. Okay? That's what this wheel of fortune is saying, karma. Now, with the devil here, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or a Capricorn is involved. But materialism is definitely a huge factor, which is money, right? Which are the things that are tangible and of value to you. And so your challenge here with this King of Swords energy, the King of Swords is mental energy. This is someone who is making major decisions. This is someone who has influence, has wisdom, has power, has tact, or should possess these qualities. But also this King of Swords is saying that in the realm of thought and communication, this is the challenge with the ability to remain calm, to really reason things out, to achieve what you need, and having the knowledge, or seeking the knowledge needed, so that you can make the best possible decisions and make the right decisions. This is also the challenge of clear cut communication. This is also the challenge of perhaps needing to detach emotionally from your money situation, or a specific connection that could be influencing you spiritually or emotionally, or how you manage and handle your money in a way that can cause for things to be toxic. Now, this devil energy is saying that there's a need or there's a challenge with your ability to make the types of decisions that's clear cut or that you can execute in your plans that cut out any toxicity, any stuck energy. There could be some fears, there could be some anger around this, or this could be some addictions where there may be some overspending concerning your money. There could be restrictions or limitations. You may have limited access to money due to you could be dealing with someone in authority or professional that has some impact or has some decision making power around your money and finances, where there could be a challenge around that. This is also issues with your challenges with making decisions about your obligations, perhaps around prioritizing. This is about doing things in excess. This is also a time where you could be experiencing little to no support around your money and finances. This can also be talking about you could be feeling trapped about your money situation or issues with job security here. Now, this can also be talking about that you're having challenges releasing yourself from all of these things, but also there's a need for you to be mindful about too much debt that you may acquire, or that you're having problems cutting down on the debt that you have that exists. This is also talking about with the devil that this is you needing to live in a more balanced way or having a more balanced lifestyle. This is the time where there may be challenges where you may not feel you have the financial freedom you want, or you are having trouble establishing that financial freedom. There could be something you are facing, you are having trouble facing your fears about regarding your money and finances. And so there's a need to live in a more balanced state where that may be a challenge for you as well. I say that because there may be issues where you are faced with being stuck or burdened. Because with the karma here, the karma card, which is the wheel of fortune, karma means, or the wheel of fortune means that you could be dealing with things around your money, or that's impacting you as it has to do with your ability to be able to focus on what needs to happen with your money, or with what's happening with your money, the ups and downs that can come in, that can be unexpected or all of a sudden. This is also the challenge of where the importance to save money. This is also asking, have you learned from your mistakes, or are you repeating the cycle where the mistakes you've made don't serve you with how you handle your money or invest your money? This is talking about you may be having challenges seizing an opportunity regarding your money and finances needs. This is also talking about something karmic could be happening to you where timing is involved. With something is a problem, or there's bad timing or unexpected problem or misfortune or some sort of failure of success around your money. But also um, with karma here, this may be challenges with your ability to shift and change things, or your ability to hold up under the shifts and changes that are happening that may be difficult to endure or go through. So you want to be careful of that, and things happening all of a sudden, or how you may be viewing your money situation. Because the karma wheel of fortune can also say that you have a pessimistic attitude towards your money situation that's not serving you. So you want to be careful of that, and focus on being devoted to having peace, what you can gather, what you can complete, what you can change, and how you can adapt. Now, your outcome is you do have the sun, the Queen of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So with the sun, there could be a Leo involved, or that you're dealing with. And With this Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands is talking about your ability to have a positive energy and confidence about your money situation and the actions you take on it, or the things you wish to pursue or around your goals. The Queen of Wands is also saying there may be a need for you to be careful about how you may spend and splurge your money, and even in relation as it has to do with the people that you love. You might be buying things for people and doing nice things, and that's okay. But in relation to your money and finances, there may be a need for you to make sure that you put more energy into that, because the Queen of Wands is looking at this Two of Swords. So this is you looking for decisions or looking for how to create peace, because in this Two of Swords, it's kind of like an angel. So you may be looking for, you're hoping for something, wishing for something. Maybe you're waiting for a decision, waiting for an answer, waiting for peace to settle over your money and finances situation. You may be trying to make confident decisions, or there's a need to make confident decisions. But also, the Queen of Wands is saying that your ability to see more success or improvement with your money is going to call for you to make positive and balanced decisions, because the Sun is saying that you may be harnessing having a more positive outlook towards your money, or that you need to. The Sun is also saying it's possible that something can come to light, or some sort of clarity, or some sort of realization or epiphany may come into play, into focus, that you may not notice or recognize or saw. This Sun energy is also saying that in terms of your money and situation, there's an ability for you to do very well, but also that you have to put in the energy and effort to see your savings on the rise, or to see things progress well with your investments or the actions that you're taking. But also to be mindful that even if you're struggling, that there's an ability for you to turn it around or improve it, but it needs your diligent, confident, assertive action towards ensuring that you're making balanced decisions and choices, or that you are seeking and discovering what the options can be, and that you are also utilizing that Queen of Wands energy, perhaps to, if need be, turn to others for their love and support to help you in that exchange where you have assisted and helped them, and now you can benefit from getting that kind of love back or support back. Because the queens talk about there's a need for you to have or be patient with yourself and patient with your process, and be understanding of yourself and what you have going on with your money. This also is talking about for you to have a respect towards your money situation and your need for perseverance or preservation. Be careful about how you are being gracious, but also to be gracious, so that you can shift things in a more positive light, where you may be experiencing some adversities here, and it falls on the decisions that you're making, and make decisions that give you peace. Now keep in mind, because there's the Two of Swords here, there's a duality happening here as an outcome. So I do feel that there are going to be some of you that you are going to be able to see positive outcomes, improvements with your money and finances. You're able to, if in adversities, be able to see better days or improvements around your money, because of the decisions you're able to make, and make balanced decisions. Now, others of you, the duality of the twos, where what you're debating and how you deal with something, if you're making poor decisions, if you're not making balanced decisions, there are going to be some of you that won't be able to confidently break free from any adversities, or see a rise in your income, or see any improvements, or see any positive outcome with your money situation, because you don't make the right choice. Now, also for some of you, you may be dealing with some sort of stagnation, or you may be dealing with something stuck, or there's need to um, because if you take a look in this Two of Swords, this person can't see, but then in this Two of Swords, this person can see. So your ability to see, what needs to be done and see things clearly and have clarity here with that sun energy is going to be paramount and extremely important for you. And so, as guidance for you, while some will see positive shifts and improvements in money and others won't, it'll be delayed or there'll be more issues around it based on your decisions and how you work on things and plan and how you address your concerns. As guidance, you have two pieces. The first one is show up. Consistency is queen in marketing your business online. Show up every day for your audience, give value, and make offers. This is regarding business and money. So, where you may need to reconstruct an agreement or contract that may be of help to you around your money and finances circumstances in the month of June. And finally, you have God is your source. Everything you need is supported and supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitations. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So, God is your source. Pray and trust in the universe because the universe is always supporting you no matter what it looks like that you're going through. And so, lean on your faith and your belief in the universe for what you believe in to help you to relieve yourself of your anxieties, your worries, and your fears, and maybe the lack of sleep you could be experiencing as your money and finances is concerned, or where a relationship is significantly impacting you and perhaps distracting you about your money and that focus that needs to be around that so that you can find a good balance and maintain and heal and make sure you sustain and keep what's patched up and even better as you go so that you can be stable and have everything you need and stay on top of things. I hope these messages help. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, Sagittarius.